Hey guys, today I'm going to be showing you how to make this super refreshing candy mint body polish. I'm going to start with this granulated cane sugar. This is just regular white sugar, and I'm going to add 2 cups to our bowl here. Perfect. Now it's time to add a carrier oil. I'm going to be adding sweet almond oil, but you can really use whatever type of carrier oil you want. I just decided to go with the sweet almond because it has a light, subtle sweetness to it without being too overpowering, since I do want the main fragrance to be peppermint. So we're going to be using sweet almond oil, and I decided to add a little bit of this Manoi Tiki Tahiti. This is basically vanilla infused coconut oil. Now coconut oil is one of my favorite oils to use for scrubs, but I'm not using very much in this recipe because, like I said, I want the peppermint to be the main fragrance. And coconut oil is so sweet and delicious, it tends to overpower easily. So I'm just going to add a tiny bit of that. So I'm going to be adding a 1/4 cup of sweet almond oil. And you can add more if you want. I want my scrub to be fairly light and fluffy, not too oily. And I'm going to start mixing that up and see where we're at. And you can always add more if you want. Now for the vanilla infused coconut oil, I'm going to add maybe about 1/8 of a cup. We'll start with that. I can see it is a little bit chunky because it was extra cold this morning. We're up in the hills and my coconut oil hardened up, so I had to put it out in the sun to kind of let it melt a bit. So if you ever have that problem, you can always set it out in the sun, or if it's not sunny, you can always put it in a bowl of warm water. Okay, it's kind of got the texture of like light fluffy snow, so that's right about where I want it. I'm going to add a couple pumps of vitamin E just as an antioxidant to help protect the oils. Because I used sweet almond oil, and almond oil is a kind of delicate oil and it can go rancid fairly easily, I'm going to do 2 pumps of vitamin E in here. Alright, beautiful. Now time to add some fragrance. So we have a couple different choices here. I have 2 peppermint fragrances. I have the Peppermint Essential Oil by Acacia, and then the Simply Organic Peppermint Flavor. So I just kind of use whatever I have in the house at the time, you know, for whatever scrub I'm doing. But I'm going to go ahead and just mix both of these. And we're going to make it extra pepperminty. So I don't typically measure these out, I just kind of do it by eye. But it's basically about a 1/4 teaspoon to a 1/2 teaspoon, depending on how fragrant you want it. That's for the flavor oil. And then if you're using essential oils, you can go ahead and use, you know, anywhere from 6 to 10 drops if you want it kind of like a medium potency. And then if you want it a little more, you can add like 20 drops, which I'm going to do about 20 drops because I like my scrubs pretty fragrant. And go ahead and whip that up. Go ahead and split your sugar scrub in half. And we're going to take half of it and put it in a separate bowl. Alright, beautiful. So this half of the scrub we're just going to set aside. And then what's left in here, we're going to be adding our coloring to. Now there's different ways that you can color your scrubs and, you know, do-it-yourself beauty products. I'd like to try to stay like as all natural as possible. Some people do use food coloring. You can do that. You can use like a red food coloring. I'm just going to use my beet juice powder, which this is an ingredient that sometimes I add to smoothies or juices. And this is a great natural, all natural food coloring. So I'm going to take, let's go ahead and start with just a 1/4 teaspoon. I'm just going to sift it over our sugar scrub. And that's probably going to be all I'll need. So you can see the beet juice powder just gives a nice, pretty, kind of pink flush to our sugar scrub. Now you should have a bowl of pretty pink sugar and fresh snow white sugar, and we're ready to begin layering in our container. I got this container at my local health food store. It's just one of those sealing double latch containers. So I'm going to begin layering with my white. So I have a separate spoon ready to dip into my white part of the scrub, and try to do even layers. And the better you can press it down, the better the colors will stay separate and have a nice crisp line. Now we're adding the pink and just going to do the same thing, just press that down. And now more of the white. And then just go ahead and continue layering back and forth until you've added all of your scrub to your container. Our peppermint sugar scrub is all done. Now the only thing that's left is decorating the jar. Now that's totally optional. You know, if you're keeping this for yourself and you don't care if it's all dolled up or whatever, then by all means, you know, just set it in your bathroom on the counter or whatever and it's ready to go, ready to be used. Or if you're giving it as a gift, a really cute thing to do is to get one of these little scoops. This is a little coffee scoop. It's stainless steel. I got this at Walmart for about $1.50. And I take a little ribbon and attach that to my jar. And something else, if you're giving it as a gift, it's nice to maybe put a little label on it, and so then they know exactly what it is, you know, peppermint foot scrub or whatever it is that you're making. So if you're wondering what these were in the background, those are 2 spools of ribbon. I didn't have a red and white ribbon, but I did have a plain white one and then kind of a plain red one with just this little silver foiling on it. And then I thought, oh, that would be really cute, kind of layered over each other like that. So I've already cut my ribbon. All I'm going to do is grab my lighter here and seal the ends. Just going to run that over it really quickly, and that just helps to kind of, you know, keep any fraying at bay. So I have my ribbon wrapped around my jar, but just before I go to tie it, I'm going to go ahead and slip on my little stainless steel scoop here. And just like that, with a few basic ingredients that you probably already have in your kitchen, you now have a super yummy body scrub. And I gotta tell you, that vanilla with the peppermint, ooh, that is some good stuff. So this makes a super cute gift, and all you would need to do is just add a little label saying what it is, peppermint foot scrub or peppermint body scrub, and you are good to go.